13 cities in Santa Clara County. You know it as Silicon Valley. I grew up here in Santa Clara Valley. We are using information from the multiple listing service located here in my hometown of Sunnyvale, California, city by city, February 2026 compared to February 2025. There are two cities that are not included. They just did not have enough sales for this report. If you are interested in Los Altos Hills or Monte Sereno, reach out and I'll provide more information. Let's go. Alphabetical order. The city of Campbell, February 2026 compared to February 2025. Campbell covers just over 6 square miles and is home to approximately 42,900 residents per the U.S. Census Bureau July 2024 estimate. Founded by Benjamin Campbell in the mid 1800s and incorporated in March of 1952. Nearly a century later, as post World War II growth transformed its orchards into residential neighborhoods. Campbell sits between San Jose and Los Gatos in the heart of Santa Clara County, known for its walkable downtown, the Los Gatos Creek Trail, and the historic Ainsley House. Campbell draws home buyers who want Silicon Valley access with a small town feel and a single family home market that consistently punches above its weight. The city of Campbell, February 26 compared to February 2025. Homes sold 12, up 20%. Medium sale price 2.17 million. That's down 2%. Medium days on market 9, up 13% year over year. Months of inventory 1.7 months, up 55% year over year. Homes listed 22, that's up 69%. Average dollar per square foot up 12% year over year, landing at $1,431. The percentage of list price received 107%. Now that's down 2% year over year. Campbell is a seller's market. 107% of the list price in 9 days tells you that. Yes, the median price dipped 2% year over year, but the average dollar per square foot is up 12%. More inventory came to market, up 69%, and home sellers absorbed it. The homes that are priced right are not lasting a week. The city of Cupertino, February 2026 compared to February 2025. Cupertino covers 11.33 square miles and is home to 60,381 residents per the U.S. Census Bureau 2020 count, with current estimates placing the population closer to 58,000. Incorporated in 1955, it is globally recognized as the home of Apple's headquarters, Apple Park, and consistently ranks among the top school districts in California. With over 80% of adult residents holding a bachelor's degree or higher, Cupertino is one of the most educated communities in the United States. For home buyers with school-aged children, Cupertino is not just a city, it is a strategy. The city of Cupertino, February 2026 compared to February 2025. Homes sold 15, up 88% year over year. Medium sale price down 11%, landing at $3,400,000. Medium days on market unchanged at just 8 days. Months of inventory up 27% year over year, landing at 1.9 months. Homes listed down 6% year over year at 31. Average dollar per square foot down 10%, arriving at $1,720 per average dollar per square foot. Percentage of list price 107%. That's down 12% year over year. Sales volume nearly doubled year over year, up 88%, but the median price is down 11%, and the sale to list price ratio dropped 12 points compared to February 2025. More homes are selling, but the days of Cupertino home sellers commanding 122% of list are behind us for now. 8 days on the market still signals demand. The market is recalibrating, certainly not collapsing. At the southern part of the county, city of Gilroy, February 2026 compared to February 2025. Gilroy covers 16.53 miles, the largest land area of any city in this report, and is home to approximately 59,600 residents per the U.S. Census Bureau 2026 estimate, with a population that continues to grow steadily. Incorporated in March of 1870, Gilroy is one of the oldest incorporated cities in Santa Clara County and the county's southernmost city. Known worldwide as the garlic capital of the world, home to the annual Gilroy Garlic Festival that draws hundreds of thousands of visitors each summer. Gilroy sits at the gateway between Silicon Valley and the agricultural Central Coast. For home buyers priced out of markets to the north, Gilroy is often where the math finally works, and in the community where they end up never wanting to leave. The city of Gilroy, February 2026 compared to February 2025. Homes sold, 23. That's up 15%. Medium sale price, 1.29 million. That's up 1%. Medium days on market, 23. That's up 133%. Medium days on market, 23 days. That's up 130% year over year. Months of inventory, 3.3 months. That's up 32%. Homes listed, 46, down 2%. Average dollar per square foot, $547. That's down 1%. Percentage of list price received, 100%. That's down 2% year over year. Gilroy is the most balanced market in the county. Home sellers are getting exactly 100% of list price, not 107%, not 95%, exactly asking. Days on market jumped 130% year over year from 10 days to 23. Inventory is building. Home buyers in Gilroy have more time and more choices than they did a year ago. Price correctly and homes still move. Overprice it and they sit. The city of Los Altos, February 2026 compared to February 2025. Los Altos covers 6.5 square miles and is home to 31,625 residents per the U.S. Census Bureau 2020 count. Incorporated in December 1952 as the 11th city of Santa Clara County. Los Altos traces its origins to 1906 when Southern Pacific Railroad executive Paul Shoup purchased land from Sarah Winchester, widow of the Winchester rifle inventor, naming the new town Los Altos, Spanish for the Heights. It is also home to the Apple Garage, the modest home where Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak launched Apple. One of the most prestigious addresses on the San Francisco Peninsula, Los Altos offers top-rated schools, a charming downtown, and an understated elegance that has made it a destination for Silicon Valley's most established professionals. The city of Los Altos, February 26 compared to February 2025. Homes sold, 21, up 163% year over year. Medium sale price, 5.75 million. That's down 3%. Medium days on market, 8. That's up 33%. Months of inventory, 1.4 months. That's down 44%. Homes listed, 25. That's down 19%. Average dollar per square foot, $2,060. That's up 7% year over year. Percentage of list price received, 108%, down 7% year over year. This is the headline story of February 2026 in Santa Clara County. Los Altos went from 3 sales in January to 21 sales in February, a 600% single month surge. And in January, medium days on market was 65. In February, it was 8. This is not a seasonal blip. This is pent up demand releasing all at once. 21 homes sold, 108% of list price in 8 days. The city of Los Gatos, February 2026 compared to February 2025. Los Gatos, officially a town, not a city, a distinction its residents proudly maintain. Covers 11.55 square miles at the base of the Santa Cruz Mountains and is home to approximately 32,800 residents per the U.S. Census Bureau 2026 estimate. Incorporated in 1887, it is one of Santa Clara County's oldest communities. Originally named after mountain lions, Los Gatos had early settlers who heard the screams of mountain lions prowling the hills at night. Today, its downtown is listed on the National Registry of Historic Places and remains one of the most walkable, visitor friendly destinations in the South Bay. Known for Michelin caliber dining, proximity to Silicon Valley employers, and a small town character, it has carefully preserved for over a century. Los Gatos is one of the most sought after addresses in Santa Clara County. The town of Los Gatos, February 2026 compared to February 2025. Homes sold 31. That's up 121% year over year. Average dollar per square foot, $1,474. That's up 19%. Percentage of list price received, 101.2%. That's down 2%. Medium sale price, 2,975,000. That's up 16%. Medium days on market unchanged at just 8 days. Months of inventory, 2.3 months. That's down 18%. Los Gatos has doubled its sales volume, up 121% year over year. The medium sale price climbed 16% to just under 3 million. The average dollar per square foot jumped 19%, and the inventory tightened. Months of supply dropped 18% at 101.2% of list price in 8 days. Los Gatos is a home seller's market. Home sellers who price it right are not waiting long to find out. The city of Milpitas, February 2026 compared to February 2025. Milpitas covers 13.6 square miles near the southern tip of San Francisco Bay and is home to 81,773 residents per the U.S. Census Bureau 2020 count, with a daytime population of approximately 98,000. Incorporated in 1954 with just 825 residents, it has grown into one of the most strategically located cities in Silicon Valley, known as the crossroads of Silicon Valley. Milpitas sits at the intersection of Interstate 880, Interstate 680, and State Route 237, with direct Bay Area rapid transit access added in June 2020, making it a true regional transit hub, home to Cisco systems and among dozens of major technology employers include KLA. Milpitas is one of the most ethnically diverse and economically dynamic cities in Santa Clara County. The city of Milpitas, February 2026 compared to February 2025. Homes sold, 19%. That's up 46% year over year. Homes listed, 18, unchanged year over year. Medium sale price, 1.65 million. That's up 4%. Average dollar per square foot, 954. That is down 13%. Medium days on market, 8 days. That's down 27%. Percentage of list price received, 106%. Now, that is down 3% year over year. Months of inventory landing at 1.4 months, just 6 weeks of inventory. That's down 7%. Milpitas sold 19 homes in February on just 18 listings. More homes sold than came to market. That is how tight this market is. Days on market improved 27% year over year. Inventory is at 1.4 months. The median price is up 4%. If you are a home seller who has been waiting for the right moment to list in Milpitas, you are looking at it. The city of Morgan Hill, February 2026 compared to February 2025. Morgan Hill covers almost 13 square miles in the southern Santa Clara Valley, approximately 12 miles south of San Jose, and is home to approximately 46,100 residents, per the U.S. Census Bureau 2026 estimate. And unlike many of its neighbors, its population is actually growing. Incorporated in November 1906, the city takes its name from Morgan Hill, whose 1884 ranch estate became so well known that Southern Pacific Railroad passengers would request that the train stop at Morgan Hill's ranch, and the name stuck. Today, the original 1884 Morgan Hill House stands as a national registered historical landmark open to the public. Known for its small town atmosphere, wine country, cycling trails, and some of the most obtainable single family home prices in Santa Clara County, Morgan Hill remains one of the last communities in the region that has held on to its character. The city of Morgan Hill, February 2026 compared to February 2025. Homes sold, 28, that's up 12% year over year. Homes listed, 38, up 3% year over year. Medium sale price, 1.52 million, up 1%. Average dollar per square foot, $695. That's down 4%. Medium days on market, 11, unchanged year over year. Percentage of list price received, 102%, unchanged year over year. Months of inventory, 1.8 months, down 22%. Morgan Hill is a definition of a steady market. Median price held flat. Days on market held flat. Sale to list held flat at 102%. What did change? Inventory tightened 22% year over year and 28 homes sold, up 12% from February 2025. Consistency in this market, Morgan Hill, is the definition of a steady market. Median price held flat. Days on market held flat. Sale to list held flat at 102%. What did change? Inventory tightened 22% year over year and 28 homes sold, up 12% from February 2025. Consistency in a market like this is a signal in itself. Home sellers and home buyers in Morgan Hill know what they are getting. The city of Mountain View, February 2026 compared to February 2025. Mountain View covers almost 12 square miles and is home to approximately 89,600 residents per the U.S. Census Bureau 2026 estimate, making it the most densely populated city in this report at 7,522 people per square mile, and one of the fastest growing cities in the South Bay, with population up over 8% since the 2020 census. Incorporated in 1902, Mountain View sits at the geographical center of Silicon Valley, home to Google's global headquarters, Intuit, and NASA Ames Research Center. Its thriving downtown Castro Street corridor, direct Caltrans access, and proximity to major employers have made Mountain View one of the most consistently in demand residential markets in Santa Clara County. The city of Mountain View, February 2026 compared to February 2025. Homes sold, 13, up 18%. Medium sale price, $3,040,000, up 10% year over year. Medium days on market, 7, that's down 12%. Months of inventory, 2.1 months, that's up 40%. Homes listed, 29, that's unchanged year over year. Average dollar per square foot, $1,751, that's down 7%. Percentage of list price received, 107%. That's down 4% year over year. Mountain View crossed the 3 million medium threshold, up 10% year over year. Homes are selling in 7 days at 107% of list. This is a strong competitive market by any measure. Inventory ticked up 40% year over year, giving homebuyers slightly more to choose from. With 2.1 months of inventory, Mountain View is still firmly in the home seller's territory. Palo Alto covers 24 square miles of land area, 26 square miles, including the Baylands Nature Preserve, and is home to approximately 67,300 residents per the U.S. Census Bureau current estimate. Incorporated in April 1894, it is one of the oldest cities in Santa Clara County. The name Palo Alto translates from Spanish as the tall tree, named after El Palo Alto, coastal redwood still standing today at El Palo Alto Park. Home to Stanford University, the Stanford Research Park, and the birthplace of some of the most consequential technology companies in history. Palo Alto is the intellectual and entrepreneurial capital of Silicon Valley. The city of Palo Alto, February 2026 compared to February 2025. Homes sold, up 8%. Medium sale price, 4.59 million. That's up 20%. Medium days on market, 8. That's down 11% year over year. Months of inventory, 1.8 months, down 28%. Homes listed, 33. That's down 23%. Average dollar per square foot, $2,146. That's up 5% year over year. Percentage of list price received, 105%. That's down 3%. Palo Alto's median price jumped 20% year over year to 4.59 million. Listings are down 23%, the tightest supply picture in months. Homes are selling in 8 days at 105% of list. This is a market with a serious demand and shrinking inventory. When supply tightens and prices rise simultaneously, this is not a coincidence. That is a market telling you something. The city of San Jose, February 2026 compared to February 2025. San Jose covers 177.5 square miles and is home to approximately 975,000 residents per the U.S. Census Bureau 2026 estimate. The largest city in Northern California and the anchor of Silicon Valley, founded in 1777 as the first civilian settlement in the mission system. San Jose predates the state of California itself by 73 years. Incorporated in March of 1850, it serves as California's first state capital. From the Ohlone tribes who fished the banks of the Guadalupe River as early as 8000 BC to the global technology capital it is today. San Jose has been the center of this valley story for nearly 250 years. Whatever happens in San Jose sets the tone for the entire county. The city of San Jose, February 2026 compared to February 2025. Homes sold 254, down 1%. Medium sale price 1.67 million, down 4%. Medium days on market 8, unchanged year over year. Months of inventory 1.8 months, that's up 50%. Homes listed 449, that's up 10%. Average dollar per square foot, $1,030. That is down 3% year over year. Percentage of list price received, 105%, down 4% year over year. San Jose is the volume leader by a wide margin, 254 homes sold in February. The median price dipped 4% year over year and inventory is up 50%. This is the most balanced market in the county for home buyers. More choices, slightly more time, but 8 days on the market and 105% of list price means well-priced homes are still moving fast. Do not mistake balance for softness. The city of Santa Clara, February 2026 compared to February 2025. Santa Clara covers 18.3 square miles and is home to approximately 135,400 residents per the U.S. Census Bureau 2026 estimate. One of the fastest growing cities in Santa Clara County, with population up 5% since the 2020 census. Incorporated in July of 1852, it is the second oldest city in this report, trailing only San Jose. Known as the Mission City, Santa Clara's identity is inseparable from the mission system. Founded in 1777, the same year as the founding of San Jose. Home to Intel, NVIDIA, and Levi's Stadium, venue for the Super Bowl 50, the city shares its name with the surrounding county, which can confuse newcomers, but longtime residents know exactly where they live. The city of Santa Clara, February 2026 compared to February 2025. Homes sold 27, up 4%. Homes listed 42, down 19%. Medium sale price $2,060,000. That's down 6%. Medium days on market 9. That's up 29%. Months of inventory 1.1 months, down 15%. Average dollar per square foot 1400, unchanged year over year. Percentage of list price received 109%. That's down 6%. Santa Clara has the tightest inventory in the county, 1.1 months. Home sellers received 109% of list price in 9 days. Listings are down 19% year over year, while sales stayed steady. When supply shrinks and demand holds, prices eventually follow upward. The median price is down 6% from February 2025, But this inventory picture, that gap is Santa Clara has the tightest inventory in the county, 1.1 months. Home sellers received 109% of list price in 9 days. Listings are down 19% year over year, while sales stayed steady. When supply shrinks and demand holds, prices eventually follow upward. The median price is down 6% from February 2025, but with this inventory picture, that gap is unlikely to last. The city of Saratoga, February 2026 compared to February 2025. Saratoga covers almost 13 square miles, including some of the foothills of the Santa Cruz Mountains, and is home to approximately 30,300 residents per the U.S. Census Bureau 2026 estimate. The least densely populated city in this report at 2,368 persons per square mile. Incorporated in October of 1956, residents voted to form their own city largely to prevent annexation by the rapidly expanding city of San Jose. The community traces its origins to William Campbell's sawmill on Saratoga Creek in 1848, known at various times as Tollgate, MacArthurville, and Bank Mills, before being renamed Saratoga in 1865 after a local mineral spring whose chemistry resembled the famous Congress Spring at Saratoga Springs, New York. Home to Villa Montalvo, originally built in 1912 by a California senator, now the Villa Montalvo Art Center, and Paul Masson's Mountain Winery, established in 1890. Saratoga offers a level of privacy, history, and prestige that attracts Silicon Valley's most discerning home buyers. The city of Saratoga, February 2026 compared to February 2025. Homes sold, 11. That's up 22%. Medium sale price, 4.38 million. That's up 6%. Medium days on market, 6, down 33% year over year. Months of inventory, 2. That's up 18%. Homes listed, 31. That's up 7%. Average dollar per square foot, $1,513. That's down 6% year over year. Percentage of list price received, 105%, down 1%. Saratoga's fastest metric is days on market. 6 days in February, down 33% year over year. The median price is up 6% to 4.38 million. Sales volume is up 22%. When homes in a 4 million plus market sell in 6 days at 105% of list, that tells you qualified home buyers are ready and competing. Saratoga home sellers are in a strong position right now. The city of Sunnyvale, my hometown, February 2026 compared to February 2025. Sunnyvale covers almost 22 square miles at the heart of Silicon Valley and is home to approximately 158,000 residents per the U.S. Census Bureau 2026 estimate. Incorporated in December of 1912, Sunnyvale has lived 4 distinct lives. First as Ohlone Land, then as Murphy's Station on the San Francisco San Jose Railroad, then as the Garden of the World, one of California's premier fruit orchard regions famous for its Blenheim apricot, and finally as a global technology and aerospace hub. In 1956, Lockheed Missiles and Space Company moved to Sunnyvale, fundamentally reshaping the local economy and paving the way for the tech giants that followed. Today, the city maintains its 10-acre heritage orchard as a living tribute to its agricultural past. Home to major campuses for Google, Apple, and LinkedIn, Sunnyvale is one of the most consistently in demand residential markets in Santa Clara County, and its single family home market reflects that demand every single month. The city of Sunnyvale, February 2026 compared to February 2025. Homes sold, 31. That's up 41%. Medium sale price, 2.67 million, up 7%. Medium days on market, 8 days. That's up 14% year over year. Months of inventory, 1.1, just 4 weeks of inventory, down 15% year over year. Homes listed, 54, unchanged year over year. Average dollar per square foot, $1,553, down 11% year over year. Percentage of list price received, 111%. That's down 7% year over year. Sunnyvale posted the highest sale to list ratio in the county, 111% of asking price. That means the average Sunnyvale home sold for $111 for every $100 listed. With 1.1 months of inventory and homes moving in 8 days, Sunnyvale home sellers are in the strongest negotiating position in Santa Clara County right now. If you have been thinking about listing in Sunnyvale, February 2026 just told you what the market thinks your home is worth. I'm Pat Kapowich, Silicon Valley Broker.com. I follow trends at the national level, 30,000 feet, statewide, 15,000 feet. 5,000 feet would be the Bay Area. 1,000 feet, you just saw it, city by city. However, when it comes to an individual property, that requires boots on the ground. I am a pricing strategy advisor. I recommend the same for you wherever you are located. I specialize in long held family homes, representing successor trustees, heirs, probate, administrators, executors, and court receivers. If you or someone you know needs some help on tips on selling and buying homes safely, check out my other YouTube channel. I'll have more information in the description below. Thanks for watching, and please check back for more tips and trends.